What is happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back, and we're back with some transfer news. And it's incoming, people. We have an incoming, and it's a first team one of real impact for me. We'll get into it as we go along in the stream. I was going to come on tonight anyway. I was going to speak about our league rivals because I think it's important to look around and see who do you think is bound for promotion, who's looking the strongest, and who's looking like they're getting a little weaker. All right. I do want to speak about that. I think it's important because I think if other teams are doing business where we look at it and go, oh, they might be an issue, I think it's only right to look at them when they're getting a little weaker too. Before I get into it, you know the drill, people. Please like the video. Algorithm. Smash a like on the video, subscribe, and drop your comments below. Thank you to Mr. P for a super thanks on the last video. Or as always, Mr. P, thanks for the support. And thank you to all existing members. Appreciate every single one of you. If you want to become a member, help me out, help the channel out. Membership link is in the description. Night saying evening. Here we go. Yep. Evening to Russ, J Jet, KG. Yep. Danny saying loving the cap, always repping the Penguins no matter what. We're about to go into a lean time, so I need Leeds United to be good. You know, I need one of my teams to be good. I can't have both teams being bad. That just sucks. If you're a sports fan, you know how it is. If you support bad teams, it sucks. I'm going to say Kaz here. Shall I go with that? Evening to you, man. Luke saying, at least Farker's getting his experience he wanted, can't fault it. Well, you know, it was a secret though, wasn't it? Until we started losing, Luke, it was a secret that he wanted more experience because the way we were recruiting, we didn't want experience. We wanted youth. But yes, it does. It certainly ticks a box. And this is what I'm saying when we talk about this player and others that will come in much like him and others. If Farker is getting what he wants in the squad, for me, there's no excuse not to smash this league. And I don't mean run away. I don't think we'll ever do it the easy way as Leeds United, but we should be in the top two come the end of the season. And I want to speak about that a little bit in the stream because I was going to come on tonight anyway and give you guys a stream. But hey, listen, we got a little incoming here. Jack saying we need even more experience. Okay, well, look, let's get into it, shall we? Or shall we get into it yet? By the way, the Euros, just quickly on that. Spain versus England. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I'm looking forward to the game anyway. I'm watching this as a neutral. I just think maybe England might have something, but you know what it is with Spain? Not only Yamal, not only the Yamal factor, Danny Carvajal will be back. And there's a big factor that a lot of people aren't speaking about. It's Rodri. You know, that guy just doesn't lose clutch games. Like, he is a winner. When we talk about born winners, Rodri is that. And Rodri, for me, is a player that you could have put in the era 20 years ago and he would have fit in just as well. Rodri is an all-rounder for me. And I think it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it anyway as a neutral. So it is what it is. But yeah, you know, shout out to England, I guess. Nigel saying Rothwell, good experience, championship player with promoted team. Yes. Okay. Let me just check something. Okay. Okay, right. Listen. Yeah, Nico Williams Jr., of course. Okay, so listen, Mark McAdam, who's pretty big down on the Bournemouth side, he's pretty much got an ear down there. And this is what we're talking about yet again, people. I know that since the Leeds journals have kind of, you know, jumped on the report, but it's going to be from teams where the selling comes from. We're not going to get it from the Leeds side. And, you know, I just don't see that happening. We've got it from the Bournemouth side. Mark McAdam, I think you guys would have seen him on Sky Sports. Very good with the Bournemouth information. Well, he's confirmed that Leeds United have agreed to deal with Bournemouth to take Joe Rothwell on a season-long loan. The 29-year-old joined Bournemouth as a free transfer in 2022. Rothwell is in Leeds now, and I'm a know that all the jokes. Rothwell is in Leeds. I got it. Yep, I can see the jokes coming. Ahead of his medical that should be completed within the next 48 hours. Shout out to you, man, Parrot House. Thank you, man, for the super sticker. Always supporting, man. Lovely. Barry here saying, and this was what was on my mind. We seem to have a nice relationship with Bournemouth. I just hope our scouting goes beyond Bournemouth, man. I don't know what it is. But yeah, shout out to you. But listen, this one in terms of Joe Rothwell, I liked him when he was at Blackburn. I felt, you know, this is a player here. This is giving us something. I can already see people, you know, dissing it. But I've already said not every signing is going to be a marquee signing, you need to fill out the squad. And with him being on loan, there is an option to buy, which I'll be real with you. I hope we don't take up. I hope he has a smashing season. But 30-year-old Joe Rothwell in the Premier League is not something that I'm looking for. But in the Championship, I'm all for it. I think this is a real good one. We've complained about everything. No goals from midfield, no assists. This guy has got good tech, loves a long range shot, will take the set pieces as well with precision. What do you not like about it? It's on loan, low risk. What is there not to like? Seriously, what is there not to like? He's been named surplus at Bournemouth, as we know he wasn't wanted there. And in fact, when they signed him back in 2022, and this is when we had real rubbish midfielders, I said, you know what, Joe Rothwell wouldn't have been bad to take on a free from Blackburn, but we was desperate at the time. But this is the Championship. He did score 4 goals in 17 appearances for Southampton, and he only got 4 starts for him. So that is a pretty good rate. That's a pretty good hit rate in terms of his effectiveness, if you ask me. And let me just show you here. Obviously, there he is for Southampton. Nothing at Bournemouth, but he was a very much a bit part player. But it's at Blackburn where he excelled. He'll get you a few goals, but look at his assists. You're talking about a creator here. He's a box to box guy, but he's a creative player at this level. So for me, this is great. And for anyone complaining that it's not big enough, I don't know what you're expecting in the Championship. I'll be real with you, but I feel like the only time we're going to get a real big name in, if you want to say big name, is if one of our big hitters go. And as we sit here today, people, the 11th of July, there are no whispers. Obviously, this came out of nowhere, so it could come out of nowhere that Somerville goes tomorrow morning, of course. But we are sitting here with a team that contains Somerville, Jorginho, Nanto, Peru, Joseph, Ampadu, Roden, Brendan Aronson. You want to throw him in there? We have got a very, very good team so far at this level, and we can only talk with the evidence what we've got right now. Adding Joe Rothwell to this, for me, I think it's a good deal. John, this did cross my mind. Will we now sell Kamara? I'm still good with Kamara going, because if this is the replacement for Kamara, yes, I still think we'll need another midfielder. But again, maybe you're getting a more creative midfielder in, because then we will have Gruev if he's still here. We still have Ampadu, who is our undisputed number 1. You then have Rothwell, and then maybe you get in another creative player to balance it out a bit more, because we do need more balance within the midfielders. That's why when people keep saying about Kamara, he's 28, people. You know what I mean? He's 28. He's not 22 with more to prove. He's 28. We know what we're going to get from Kamara. So if Kamara stays, cool. I've already said it. He's a good player. I just feel like you could get better. And I think at this level as well with Joe Rothwell, I think he ends the season being a more effective player. I think he's going to win us more matches than, say, Glenn Kamara could. But if Glenn Kamara is going to go, Ren have just got a stack of money. They've just sold Enzo Lefebvre for 25 million to Roma. I think it's good. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Hank. Yeah, at this level, let's go. Jack saying not going to happen. KG Somerville will be gone. Well, we'll see, Jack. I'm with you. I still say it will be a big surprise if Somerville is here come the end of the window, and it would be the best bit of business in the Championship, bar none. Maybe Sheffield United would have an argument if they keep Harmer, but I do think he's going to go. But I'm telling you right now, we can only deal with facts. We are sitting here on the 11th of July, and we still have the best team in the league right now. It's just true. That is true. A ball hasn't been kicked, but the players that we have right now are better than any other teams. Maybe Burnley would argue, but no, not for me. Brian here saying, but his name's not Raffaelino. Tremendous. Thank you for that, Brian. Slim saying can't be mad with adding depth. Yeah, this is what I've been saying though. I've said at the start that we are going to fill out the squad, not only with bought players, they're going to be loans as well. You have to fill them out with loans. You can't buy everybody. And with Joe Rothwell, with all due respect to him, the option to buy, I think, there is just for window dressing. I don't think we have any intention of taking it up at the end of the season, especially if we get promoted. I think we'll be looking for a little bit of a high caliber come the Premier League, which will be necessary, rather than taking a then 30-year-old Joe Rothwell. But at this level, when you've got the options that we've got, what's there to complain about, people? Seriously. I don't know, man. What's there to complain about? Ryan here saying, I'm happy with it. It's depth. Our bench wasn't great last season at times. Exactly. And you've got to believe that Farker has given this the green light. So he'll use him. He didn't use the players like Gelhart, who would have been useful last season. He didn't use Jane Anthony, who was a throw-in for the Sinistera deal. So he probably didn't even want him at the time. These are players now where Farker, he'll have no excuses. He doesn't have excuses this season, by the way. No. Steve, though, saying, hi, Cage, you need a big signing very soon, please. Well, I'll ask you, Steve, what is a big signing for you? Give me a name that you think that Leeds could attract at this level without, and I mean, this is the caveat, without losing Jorginho, Somerville, or Nanto. Because obviously we'll have to fund it from somewhere. Archie Gray, that money is cool, but you're asking for a big signing. Who's it going to be? Nate saying he easily starts over Kamara, in my opinion. For me as well, Nate. That's why I'm saying if it's depth, then it's great, because for me, he's going to be a more of an impact player than Glenn Kamara. And again, it's not black and white. I hate Glenn Kamara. I love Glenn Kamara. I think he's a fine player. But I'm talking about when it comes to the business end, where it comes to needing a goal from midfield, a late run into the box, set piece on the money. Joe Rothwell is going to give us that. Slide. Josh Sargent, big signing. Come on, man. Come on, man. Steve here. Steve, let me know what it is you're smoking there, man. Let me see. And it's I think you mean Yamal, don't you? I don't think he's coming, man. I don't think he's coming. In fact, he kept Rafinha out of the team at Barca this season, though. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save that one, Michael. Just bear with me. Michael here, Schmodix, real statement. If we get him, yeah. That's it, Michael. Say we sell Glenn Kamara, we've got him Rothwell as his replacement. Then you get a Schmodix. Who's arguing with that? Is anyone going to argue with that? Probably people would still argue with it, but I wouldn't. I don't think we'll be turning into Blackburn, juniors or something like that. But that would be tremendous for me. I would absolutely love that. As you know, Schmodix has been my one of my first choice, and we've seen with Schmodix, he still hasn't got a move to the Prem, even though it was highly touted that he'd go. Maybe there's more movement after the Euros, as we know things happen after tournaments. But at this point, he's still at Blackburn. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah. Listen, Rothwell's injury record is good too. Yeah, he's very reliable, very reliable. Bobby here with the super chat. Thank you. I'd be happier if his name was Jose Rothwell. What's with all these Ineos stuff, man? What's going on? You don't want British players, mate. You don't want British players. Right. Lamedia Mars, Smart with Bamford, tremendous. But yeah, listen. So for me, I'm sure there'll still be complaints, and that's fine. You can't please everyone, but there's been beggings for signings. Yeah, I get it. Alex Cairns don't fit the bill. I accept that one. But this is going to be a player where some of you will come back in during the season and go, you know what, that goal from Rothwell just gave us 3 points, or rescue the point. Oh no, please not rescue a point. Give us 3 points. Let's go with that. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Exactly, a nice curler outside the box. Imagine that. Look what we're begging for here. Look where the bar is. We just want a goal from outside the box, please. You know what I mean? A set piece with a little bit of, manipulation on the ball that isn't just floated into the keeper's arms. You know what I mean? We are asking for a very little here. Okay, Bobby saying, I love Akpom at Leeds. Well, who goes though, Bobby? See, this is the thing when people are giving me names. You're giving me names of people who would replace people, not necessarily come to Leeds United in the Championship. People, let's remember that we're not in the Premier League, and be a squad player. And I'm not saying that all of our signings have to be squad players. I do think we can get a marquee, but I'm just saying, who's Akpom replacing? Yeah, Matt, I agree with this. Our front six is loaded. It's the fullbacks in need of upgrades. I'm with you 100%, Matt. We do need to look at defense big time. Big time. We need to look at that. You know what? For me, this season, people, we've had it year upon year. But if we are going this season as Junior Firpo and Sam Byram as our left backs, yeah, we're just messing about again for me. We've got literally a whole preseason, full summer transfer window. We should not be in a position where we're doing that. What's Josh Doig doing in Serie B? Let's pick him up from there. How much is he going to cost from Sassuolo? How much is he going to cost? Let's go pick him up. You know what I mean? There's other left backs out there. Milan van Erwijk at Coventry. You get a first choice right back there that gets you in the champ, and we can play him in the Prem. There's stuff out there, isn't there, people? There is. Um, Ash is saying, "Hey, Cage, you can't stay because I'm putting my son to bed. Shout out to you. Just want to say hi and drop a like. We'll watch the full video later. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Good night to your son as well." Uh, Sean. Bet Red Bull can't wait to use Cairns and Rothwell in their adverts. Hey, listen, for all you people that love Red Bull like I do, there's more Red Bull content on the Leeds United feed. I think you guys would have seen that. And it includes your old favorite, Stuart Dallas. So there you go. There you go. You have conflict there. Oh, I hate Red Bull. Oh, but I love Stuart Dallas. Oh, what shall I do? Well, there you go. Yeah, Leeds STL. Why can't we buy good fullbacks? It's wild, always rolling the dice. Yeah, this is it. I don't know why this football club makes it so difficult. And the thing is, what happens is it makes fans believe that it's a difficult task to get a left or right back in the football club when it's not. It's not difficult at all. I know Connor Roberts keeps on being brought up, and I think it's being fueled by Joe Rodden's brother Sam. But I gotta say, I find it hard to believe. No, not hard to believe, but I just find it difficult to see Burnley doing business with what they would perceive a promotion rival. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. If they don't plan to use Connor Roberts and they're happy to let him go to Leeds, and if he's happy to come back, okay. But I do think that there's better options. I know that he's got the connection with the Welsh guys here, and he's been here before. But I just feel that we could get someone a bit better. And I do think as well his injuries are starting to catch up with him a little bit as well. I do think that there's better. No, I don't think there is better out there that I think we can get. But will they go for that old connection again? We'll see, because apart from Ruffle so far, let's face it, the two signings we've made so far are treading old ground, whether it's Roden, who was on loan here last time, or Cairns, who was here years ago. So Necromancer saying raid Coventry and Sunderland for fullbacks. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you, man. We still need to hear what's going on with Rasmus. I would really like to know, much like we've seen that Verba is looking to leave, which is okay. I would love to see that Rasmus is looking to leave too, and we can find him a home. That would be the next task. But yeah, let me see if there's anything. Okay, we'll drop your thoughts about Joe Rothwell, and then when he's confirmed, we'll talk about it then. But let me tell you, the social media team will be missing a trick if they don't go to Rothwell itself and find the sign and say, welcome to Leeds, Rothwell. It's a layup, isn't it, people? It's a layup. Speaking of layup, seeing Steph Curry and LeBron play together, what could be? What could be? Luke was saying earlier, Sheffield United are a funny club. And Michael was saying, Harmer, Archer on loan don't have to be big spend if you can recruit on loan. Well, this was it, Michael. And this is where I want to go to next, because this was going to be, the part of the show. Let me just cross off a few of these windows, because obviously Sheffield United have come down from the Prem and they're not in great shape. They've had to lose a lot of players. They've lost a lot of players. They're trying to rebuild. And as we've seen so far in terms of Sheffield United, they've signed Sam McCallum, who I know a couple of you were talking about here. I said, absolutely not. Why are we going for Norwich's backup left back? Makes zero sense. And for me, we've already got one left back that has defensive lapses. We don't need a second one. But they've signed Sam McCallum, and of course, they've signed Jamie Shackleton. That kind of tells you where Sheffield United going. Now, of course, they've got a takeover that's pending. They've also got an investigation, because it seems like the new owners are trying to negotiate deals already, which is obviously you can't do. They're going to be starting the season with -2. But that's not even the main bit, people. Yeah, I think he's awful. I think he's really bad. Yeah, Bobby Harmer is linked with Roma, and this is what I'm saying. If Harmer is to stay at Sheffield United, I think they'll find that probably their best piece of business in the summer, because he is an impact player. He was brilliant in the Prem, and I think that some Prem teams will be looking at him. But I know that also Wolves were looking at him. I don't know if they're still interested, and there was, I think, Galatasaray as well. So he does have interest. But the one that got me was this one. And I remember speaking about this last year in terms of Cameron Archer, because he didn't actually go out on loan to Sheffield United. It was a permanent move. But what it was is that Villa, and I talked about it in a video yesterday, where Villa are getting back, or they're trying to sign back Philogene. You know, it looked like he's going to Ipswich by all means, but Villa have matched it because they had a buyback clause in it, and they get him at 30% less than what Ipswich would pay at 18. Villa will probably get him for 13 or something like that. But Sheffield United have lost Cameron Archer, and this is a pretty big one for me because I think Cameron Archer in this division is is a terror. I think he's a terror. I think he'd probably get at least 15, even in a Sheffield United team because he's good at this level, really good. Proved it with Swansea. He suffered with Sheffield United like so many others, but I don't. If he's gone back to Villa, they would have seen his underlyings and said, you know what, we can see that's not down to you. We want to take you back, and he's probably going to be there as backup to Ollie Watkins. Let's face it, I don't think he's going to push him very much. But the fact that Sheffield United have lost him means they're going to have to now reinvest in another forward, and they still haven't got Ali McBurney back. They don't know whether he's coming or going. He's out of contract, much like Liam Cooper with us. Honestly, we're looking at our promotion. I don't see Sheffield United as a threat right now. And again, I say this with the information that I have today. If we could get to the end of the transfer window, Sheffield United could recruit brilliantly with their new owners, and then we're having a different conversation. But I'm saying they've just been relegated, and their two signings so far have been Jamie Shackleton and Sam McCallum. Okay, and and also that, and people will be saying, but as a Joe Rothwell and Alex Cairns, that's fair. But what we've already got is Somerville, Jorginho, Nanto, Perot, Joseph, and on and on. So it's not the same comparison because Sheffield United don't have any of those kind of assets in their team. They don't, except for Harmer. But yeah, let me see. David here saying would prefer here from Coventry, who's available for free. Yeah, he's free. But yeah, I don't know what's happening with O'Hare. I don't know why. I get people asking me about this. Like I know Callum O'Hare personally. I don't know him. But the last I've seen with O'Hare is that Southampton are interested. But I don't know whether that's lazy journalism because all these kind of top end championship players, they're all linking with Southampton, Ipswich, or Leicester. I don't know if it's lazy or not, but we'll see. But yeah, O'Hare is out there. We'll see where he's going to go. Bobby here saying, honestly, think it's going to be us and Burnley top two as it stands. Yeah, as it stands today, yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. Jack is saying Diaby's leaving for. Oh, is he going to Saudi? I didn't realize that because that was the thing with the Philogene. I said it in the video yesterday. They've got abundance of wingers. They got Bailey, they got Rogers, obviously Diaby. But if he's going and Philogene is taking his place, then it makes sense, doesn't it? And that's the thing as well with that buyback as well. I mentioned it in the video yesterday, but I'll just say it again. They already agreed to a contract with him at the time. So even though Ipswich will have probably offered him a little bit more money, this summer, he's going to go back. If he does return to Villa, he goes back on the terms he agreed when he left Villa for Hull City. You know what I mean? Villa just do business great. And you have to highlight things like that because you would hope that your club runs in a similar manner. 20 minutes ago. Is he already gone? Is he already gone? Let me see. Let me have a look. See, just for my own curiosity. DRB. Okay, right. Yeah, negotiate. Okay, fairs. Yeah, yes. I had lunch with him yesterday. Tremendous. But yeah, listen, people. I mean, look, and that's all I wanted to say. You have to look at your rivals for me, and at this point in time, I don't see Sheffield United as a threat. I think probably at this point, I'll whisper it though, but I think maybe Sheffield Wednesday may be more of a threat than United. You know what I'm saying? But I say that very quietly. I've got to say that quietly. And you know me, people. You know me. I'm on Gasparini watch. I'm on Gasparini watch, as you know. That's a manager, coach. I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And look what he's building at Atalanta. He's going in for Matt O'Reilly. Coop Miners look like he's going to leave for Juventus, and they're replacing him with Matt O'Reilly. Now, I know somebody messaged me saying, "Oh, but what are you saying about Gasparini getting Ben Godfrey?" Because I don't rate him. But you know what? There's certain coaches when if they see something in a player, I trust them. I think there's some coaches where you look at them, and if they think a player is good enough, then I say, all right, let me see what you're working with. Because obviously Godfrey going to Serie A, different league. And if Gasparini thinks he can iron out those bozo errors out of Ben Godfrey's game, then fairs and good for him. But yeah, Gasparini, man, he just has an eye for talent, which I wish he had come here. I wish we had gone for him when Bielsa left. That would have been the perfect replacement for me. But yeah, just the same, man. Gasparini just still cooking with Atalanta, man. Love the guy. Absolutely love the guy. What's that there? Danny Talk Sport saying, yes, Richard. Okay, what's going on? Still get good players at range. People think we're gonna spend 20 million on players. Yeah, I doubt 20 million is gonna happen, anybody. And this is what I'm saying in regards to people's expectations for signings. Of course, we can still get marquee signings in, especially at fullback position for around 8 or 9 million. Of course, that can happen, but it's only going to come probably at the cost of losing one of our real marquee talents of the league. And we have a head start with the players that we have currently right now. Let me just say that. Now, obviously, if we lose Somerville, Nanto, and Jorginho, and we don't get much else but Joe Rothwell, then of course that's an issue. Of course it is, but that should go without saying. But him adding to what we've got, no issue for me right now. And Graham here, yeah, we don't need wall beaters. We need known reliable players that can improve us, or not even. No, I mean, Graham, I agree with a lot of that, but not even known. We don't have to know him. I didn't know Gruev last season. I had no idea who Ilya Gruev was, and he turned out to be pretty good for us, bar the Southampton games. So for me, it's not about what I know or what you know. It's about what the club believe can get us up. That is all that matters to me. If they find players, well, I say this now, and if we sign one of those people I don't like, I will speak on it. But I'm just saying that this is a good move at this level. That's just my opinion. You can feel free to disagree. No worries. No worries. But yeah, so listen, people, that is the show. There's nothing else. I wasn't going to speak about this in terms of the Ellen Road. It's great that it's back under full control of Leeds United, full asset to Leeds United. Just paper transfer, really, wasn't it? It was really a nothing story. So there wasn't really much for me to speak about. It was Gary Kelly's birthday a couple of days ago. That's a legend for me. I always talk about legends in the eye of the beholder, and Gary Kelly is a legend for me. Just I never had to think about it when he was playing, just missed the consistency. So, shout out to Gary Kelly. But yeah, listen, people, and shout out to you, Graham. Fair point. I appreciate that. That is the show. Please like the video before you go. Give me your thoughts below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, people. And we'll speak on Joe Rothwell a bit more when he officially signs. Peace out, people. Peace out.